Self-care while grieving doesn't have to be all yoga or spirituality based, nor does it have to feel forced. No, self-care while grieving is all about honoring the grief you are feeling right now. I'm Tracy with Eterneva, the company that turns ashes into diamonds. Today, we are talking about easy ways to work self-care into the grief that you are feeling. Number 1, walk outside. Studies have shown that people who live closer to nature have reduced blood pressure and stress overall. So walk outside, and you don't even have to walk, just go outside, sit in nature, just be sure that you are surrounded by greenery. Number 2, call a friend. The number one way that people who are grieving say helps them cope is being surrounded by friends and family. That does not have to mean a physical presence. Just go ahead, pick up the phone, call someone, or text if that's what you prefer. Either way, ask them if you can vent, or if you don't feel like talking, have them tell you about their day. Number 3, listen to music. Music can be helpful and healing for so many people. Whether you are just grabbing your phone and turning Spotify on, or maybe you have a record player and you can turn something on, just lay in your house listening to anything that you like. Some people like classical music during this. Other people like angry music to let their emotions out. Whatever it is you feel, go for it. Number 4, write in a journal. Writing and journaling are tried and true grief tactics that help so many people. Some people like to journal to their loved one who has passed, or some people like to just get the thoughts out of their head and on a piece of paper, reading them back to themselves later in a little bit more of an objective light as a way to be a little bit kinder to yourself. Whatever it is that you do, go ahead, pick up that pen and that piece of paper and just start writing. Number 5, go for a bike ride. Bike ride! This one is super similar to the very first self-care option we talked about, which is just get outside. But this time you are moving a little bit faster. You can go further. This can just kind of help take your mind off of things. You can even listen to music while you do this. It's also just really great for you and getting some of that, stuck emotion in your body out. Number 6, take a bath. A lot of folks like to pamper themselves as a way of self-care, but spas can be really expensive and some people don't want to be surrounded by other people. So a really great way to pamper yourself without those caveats is taking a bath at home using some soaker salt or good smells, whatever it is that you really like. Go ahead and sit in that bath for 30 minutes, repeating to yourself, I am here and I am okay, and let that emotion just kind of wash off. Number 7, pet something furry. No, God. Number 7, pet a pet. Small furry creatures with their big old eyes just spark something nurturing and primal within us. So if you have a pet or if you have friends that have dogs or cats, offer to watch them for a little bit or even just head on over to their place and cuddle with them. It will give you some of those warm fuzzies that you might be needing right now. Number 8, read or watch something funny. You are already grieving. You are in the depths of some of the darkest emotions out there. Go ahead and gift yourself the gift of watching something funny. For me, I put The Office on anytime I need to get my mind off of things. For you, it might be another show or movie that kind of feels like home. Maybe you've seen it a million times, but that one part always makes you laugh. Go ahead and make that time for yourself to watch those kind of shows. Number 9, engage in small acts of kindness. This idea comes from our good friends over at healgrief.org, where they have an entire program dedicated to helping folks kind of reshape the way that they think to build in doing 3 small acts of kindness for others every single day. It is fantastic for those who are grieving because it helps you recognize and realize when others are doing very kind things for you, as well as really to spot those small, beautiful, maybe even joyous moments throughout the day. Number 10, let out a sigh. Okay, I am being serious here. Just take a really deep breath in and let it out. And do that as many times as you need. grieving really helps us to release some of those pent up emotions, and that big sigh gives you relief. Number 11, consider going on that big trip you've had planned. Traveling while grieving can be a really great way to get your body moving and maybe even reconnect with yourself or with your loved one. There have been plenty of Eterneva customers who have not been able to really talk to their loved one after they've passed until they've gone on, some hike or some trip where they're spreading their ashes and are really able to reconnect both with nature as well as with the person that they love. So if you have a really big trip planned or something on your bucket list, now might actually be a really good time to go ahead and cross it off. Grief can become even more complicated when we suppress it and push it down and don't treat it or recognize it for what it is. Self-care during grief helps us to do just that. Recognize it for what it is and honor it for what it is, which is the strong missing of somebody that we really, really loved. If you are interested in learning more about memorial diamonds and the science that creates them, or about how to talk to and help friends who are grieving, then continue watching more of Eterneva's YouTube videos. Otherwise, we will see you next time.